Hello, how are you? Good. Long hair. Huh? I know. Hi, how are you? Good. How was your Greece time? Your Greece time? Had you been there before? I know, Meryl was sending me like pictures of it. I was like, I messed up. I should have gone. supposed to rain? Tonight. Every time I've left the house, it feels like it's about to rain and it hasn't. Okay, good to know. Oh. We'll start in another few moments, y'all. And today we'll use all of the props. So 2 blocks, a blanket if you know putting your knees down gets a little tender. And we'll definitely use a strap for our practice all throughout. So if you need, and therapy balls. If you need the straps or therapy balls, they're in those baskets right here under the blocks. And I can also bring things over to you as we start to get moving. And anything else you'd like to use. Hi. All right, we'll get started. It's good to be with you all. There might be a few more people coming in as we start to get moving, but there's little pockets of space for all of them, so lots of time to come in. Good to be with you. My name is Anisha. For those of us that haven't seen each other or met officially, thank you for coming. And I wanted to mention, usually I do announcements at the end of class, but each week that we come in or each month, this sweet little clipboard is updated. I don't know if you can see it from far away, but it is fully stacked for the fall and winter coming up. But there's a big bolded event that's happening this weekend that I wanted to mention. And I said this in yesterday's class when I was teaching, but even just a stone's throw from Three Queens, there's a whole series of phenomenal yoga studios, all offering different styles, different practices, and it's such a gift to be able to practice in a city where everyone kind of gets what they want. And the nice thing is about Three Queens and a lot of other studios is that they pride themselves on bringing a lot of international teachers in, people who aren't necessarily based in Philly itself, and it's not that often that I get to travel to go see teachers or that teachers come to the studio that I'm teaching at. But this weekend on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, one of Mariel's primary teachers for many, many years is coming to Philly. I think she's from Southern California. I'm not sure where she's based now, but definitely not local. And maybe I said this last week, but Mariel keeps saying that she has a money-back guarantee on the workshop, and I don't know how that works, but she's very excited for her to come. So I'll be there for just bits and bobs that I can make it to, but if you're around and you want to know more about her, her name is Desiree Rumba, and living legend to be able to practice with in our lifetime. So MK, welcome back. And I think that's it. There's a whole bunch of other stuff going on, but I'll get to those after we start practicing. So, almost there. Is it true? September 21st is the fall equinox? We're not quite in fall yet, still in threads of summer, but for the whole month of September, also October, November, and December, it's a really auspicious time of year in the Hindu and yogic calendar. This is a time where there's a lot of celebrations and festivities and mythological stories kind of at the tail end of the calendar year. And we start off now in September with one of the great legends and stories of one of the main lords of the yogic practice. And so for the past 2 weeks now, I've been sharing stories about who he is, why he's relevant, and today will be the same, but I have his little deity here. I always like to point to him. He's right above the camera. There's a stuffed animal of him above it, because this god, Ganesh, or Ganpati, he's thought to have 108 different names, depending on which region you practice from or think about him from. He's the god who's known to be the remover of obstacles. So the joke but also real thing is we put a stuffed animal of him on the camera so that you don't bonk your head into it, but inevitably my head will always bonk at least once a week when I'm here. So Ganesh, or Ganpati, the first week of September, I told you kind of about his origin story, how he came to be this god with the head of a large elephant and the body of a very large, well-fed baby boy. Last week, I told you a little bit about what was in his hands. So each one of these gods and goddesses have a minimum of 2, if not 10 arms. And in each one of their arms, they're holding something of significance and of relevance. And Ganesh is no exception. And last week, I talked about the 2 things he was holding in his back hands. One was the pashu, or the lasso, that helped him bring things into perspective. And the other was the god. It's kind of a strap that you put over a horse or a cow to kind of steer it into the direction you're looking to move it towards. In his front hand, he's holding a big, big, big bowl of sweets that you give him for his birthday, that he gives everyone around him to kind of savor and celebrate the sweetness of life. And today I want to share a little bit about what he's holding in his front right hand. It's so small, but it is here. And in his front right hand, he's holding a piece of his own tusk. So if you think of some elephants, they have 2 large tusks. And as Ganesh is growing up, his dad is the Lord of Yoga, Shiva, the great destroyer, the great transformer. We talk about him in March because that's when his birthday and holidays are. And his mom is down here. Her holiday is coming up next month, so we get a whole series of goddess stories in October. But the 2 of them, they created him to exist to be who he is. And as he began to grow up, he became not only the one of the remover of obstacles, but he became a very studious sage. He started to associate himself with those that had a lot of wisdom and knowledge and oral traditions to share with him. And eventually, over time, he encountered one of the great sages who said, you know, Ganesh, I see you here every day. What is it that you're looking to get out of this? What is it that you're looking to do? And Ganesh's idea is that he says, I want to leave a legacy or create something that's a little greater than what I ordinarily and necessarily see. And the sage looks at him and says, you know, I can't tell you how to do that. You have to be able to do that in a way that feels authentic to you. So one of the stories goes is that the sage tells Ganesh, I'm going to orally dictate to you one of the great texts of the yogic tradition, the Mahabharata. I'm going to tell it to you, and your task is you cannot stop writing. You have to listen and transcribe the entire thing. And granted, the Mahabharata as we know it is almost 100,000 verses. Like it's no Shel Silverstein book or like a tiny, Dr. Seuss. It is an expansive, long text. And Ganesh was tasked with not ever stopping to write. And what he said, or what he decided to do, was he decided to break off his own tusk and use that as his writing implement to be able to transcribe and write the entire Mahabharata for the first time. It was always an oral tradition. And when I share these stories, we're about to practice yoga in a moment, and this will all tie in, but when I share the mythological stories, I often ask the question of why am I talking about this? It's a Tuesday night, we're in Philadelphia, it's 2025, this story was thousands of years ago, how is this relevant to us? And it always is, the stories and the deities of all these mythological characters, they are mirrors and aspects of our own condition. So this story, it's a symbol of we aim at any given point to just see what our lasting impact can be, not just through our yoga practice, but in the world around us. But there's no way to be able to offer a legacy without bringing a part of yourself into the picture. And there's a story in the Mahabharata and the Bhagavad Gita that says it's better to do your own dharma, your existence on this earth, very poorly, rather than do someone else's very well. So it's a matter of being able to find and feel what integrates more fully into you, so that you can offer it even more authentically to the world around. So today we're doing a big practice of twists and binds, poses that historically require us to get a little smaller, require us to wrap ourselves around ourselves with a little bit more intensity. But the question is, that Ganesh constantly brings up, is not to move in ways of how you think you should look or what others are doing around you, but seeing how making yourself physically smaller, where there might be space there might not have been before. I have lots more to say about it, but I'm going to keep it to, that was 3 minutes. I could have gone on for 45, but we'll get started. I'll share as we start to move around, but twists and binds are where we'll move towards. Take breaks, sip water, modify in any way, and pace yourself, because the gift is, it's not just this life, this practice, we have lifetimes to be able to share this with each other. So when the time comes, let's begin in a comfortable seat, however that looks for you. You are more than welcome to start lying down on the ground. You might start with your legs crossed underneath you or seated on your knees. If you are in a seat, you might explore what it feels like to sit up on any soft propping, on a blanket or on your block, so that your hip bones naturally fall higher than your knees. And your low back can really lift and lengthen, just to stack the deck in your own favor. And as you let your hands fall anywhere they fall, into your lap or on top of your thighs, let your eyes either soften or close so you can listen for your breath. When we close our eyes, we momentarily cross through the threshold from the day that was to where you are now. And as you continue to listen for and simply witness your breath, can you see where your breath prefers to be this evening? For some of us, it stays higher up in the chest, more in the front parts of your body. And now the more you notice your breath, can you feel it slowly begin to deepen? Your next inhale can move from your nose down into your belly and up into your chest. And as you exhale, feel the breath move up and out through the very crown of your head. Let your head stack above your heart and your heart above your hips. Continue with a few more breaths just on your own as you let each inhale move in, down, and wide. And every exhale pours itself up, out, and through you. We'll begin our practice and our time together with 3 more rounds of that same breath. Give yourself a moment to place your hands to center anywhere that might feel for you, on your body or in front of your heart, in a moment of self-reverence. If your hands are in Anjali Mudra, you might pull your thumbs back to touch your heart as you lift your heart up into your thumbs to meet yourself where you are. Wait for your inhale as it fills you up completely. And exhale to offer all of that breath out. 2 more times, just on your own. The bottom of your breath, pause for even a moment. Take notice of the difference that comes when you listen for and really remember your breath. And now, keeping that attention inward as best as you can, let your hands release, softly blink your eyes open, and let's begin standing today at the top of your mat. Have your blocks framing out the front corners of your mat. You might use them as we begin to move around. But as you find your way up to stand, let your feet be hip distance apart right underneath you. Let all 10 of your toes point straight ahead. A tiny bend in both knees. And as you hug your shoulder blades towards each other, let your arms fall down by your sides. With your eyes softly closed or softly open, can you listen for your breath? A big breath in and down. As you exhale, feel your feet root down into the earth as you grow 1 inch taller through the crown of your head. Another breath, let your belly fill, let your chest expand and broaden, and even open your mouth to offer all of that breath out. Now blink your eyes open if they're not already. On an inhale, reach your arms forward and up to the sky. As you exhale, soften your knees to hinge from your hips and fold. Let your hands come onto your blocks or the floor out in front of your feet. Soften your knees as much as you need to, and let your head be heavy here for a moment. If it feels okay for your neck and shoulders, even gently nod your head yes, and slowly nod your head no, and just see what gravity can do for the back of your neck and your upper back. A full breath in, and a deeper breath out through every fiber of your being. The bottom of your exhale, plant your palms onto your sticky mat, walk your feet to the back of your mat, and take it back to downward facing dog as you lift your hips to the sky. In your down dog, you might stay still, you might pedal your heels slowly from one side to the other, but a breath or two to notice any difference that you might feel from side to side. A deeper breath in through your nose, and a longer breath out through your nose or mouth. Now in your down dog, walk your hands to come as wide as your mat if they're not already. On an inhale, come forward to your plank pose, the top of a push-up. Your knees might be up, you might tap your knees to the ground behind your hips, but pause here. Without moving your legs, can you energetically hug your legs towards each other as if they could become one pillar? Now without moving your palms, hug your hands towards each other, feel your forearms engage. Now slide your ears back, let your head come in line with your chest, a big breath in. And as you exhale, bend your elbows to lower down to your belly. Point your feet, let your hands stay as wide as your mat. Inhale to rise for cobra or baby cobra as you lift up through your chest. And on an exhale, take it back to down dog, tabletop, or puppy pose for 3 slow, steady breaths. This entire practice, first and foremost, we offer it to the breath itself. So as you feel your inhale move from your nose into your belly, on an exhale, push down and forward through your hands to lift your tail, your butt, up and back to the wall behind you. The bottom of your exhale, take your time, lift your heels, soften your knees, peek forward, and walk your feet 1 foot at a time towards your hands into your standing forward fold. With your hands on blocks or the ground, inhale to come up halfway to lengthen, grow long through your spine. And exhale to fold, bowing in. Take a breath in to rise, stand down through your legs, reach your arms all the way up to the sky. And exhale to let your hands fall down by your sides. Follow your breath more than my voice. 1 more round. Inhale to reach up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale to fold, Uttanasana, bow in. On an inhale, come up halfway to lengthen, Ardha Uttanasana. And as you exhale, fold, plant your palms. This time, step it back to plank pose. A full breath here. Hug the legs together, hug the palms together. And on your exhale, bend your elbows to lower, Chaturanga Dandasana. Hands as wide as your mat. Inhale to rise for cobra or baby cobra as you lift your chest. And exhale to take it back to downward facing dog, hips to the sky. 3 slow, steady breaths at your pace. A deeper breath in through the nose, and a longer breath out through your nose or mouth. A full breath in as it fills you up, and a deeper breath out through every fiber of your being. When you find your next exhale, lift your heels, soften your knees, peek forward, and come forward, feet to your hands, into your forward fold. Inhale brings you halfway up to lengthen, hands to shins or blocks as your heart grows longer. And exhale to fold in towards yourself. Use your own fists and measure your feet about 2 fists width apart. Now with your toes pointing straight ahead, bend your knees, sit your butt back, and climb your palms up to your thighs for this round of chair pose. As your butt gets heavy to the back of your mat, can your knees guide open towards your second and third toes? And now press into your legs to lift your chest. Stay right here if you'd like more support in the low back, or to add some heat in the upper body, reach your arms to the sky. But listen for your breath, a long breath in, down, and wide. As you exhale, let your butt get heavy to the back of your mat as you lift your chest, even your gaze away from the floor. Inhale to come up to rise, stand through your legs, reach up, touch the sky, and on your exhale, fold in towards yourself. Keep your right foot forward, step your left foot all the way back to catch your lunge. And now bring your hands high up onto your blocks or fingertips on either side of your right foot. Wiggle your left toes back just an inch more so you get longer in your stance. And now with your breath, inhale, lift up through the chest, keep your hands on your blocks, and exhale to fold as you straighten your right leg. Let's do that 2 more times with your breath. Inhale through to lunge, bend your knee. On your exhale, fold and straighten that right leg. 1 more time, take a breath, grow long through the spine as you make your way through to lunge. And on your exhale, fold and straighten your right leg. Now, once the right leg is straight, pause here for a moment. Feel both feet heavy on the ground, and now press into your blocks or the floor to lift your chest away from that right thigh. Keep your left hand on the ground, bring your right thumb to your right hip crease, and give yourself this manual assist. Wrap your right hip towards the back of your mat. Shrug your right shoulder up and back, and from your belly, begin to twist open to the right. You can stay here with your hand on your hip. You might reach your right arm up to the ceiling for this version of revolved triangle. But as you wrap your right hip towards the back of your mat, notice if the right big toe wants to flutter up off the earth. Press the inner edge of your right foot down as you take a big breath in. Stay for your exhale, even lean back against yourself. Now inhale to unwind, lower your right hand, bend your right knee, and step it forward, all the hops you need to come back into your forward fold. Inhale to lengthen halfway, grow longer through your spine. And exhale to fold in towards yourself with those feet 2 fists width apart. Bend your knees, sit your hips back, Utkatasana, palms to your thighs or arms up overhead. Let your knees guide open towards those second and third toes. And as your butt gets heavy, can you slide your ribs back? Feel the middle of your back expand and widen. Slide your ears back to lift your chin. And if your arms are overhead, bring them back 1 more inch in line with your ears. Big breath in. Stay for your exhale. And then inhale to rise, reach up, get an inch taller. And as you exhale, fold in towards yourself. Keep your left foot forward, step your right foot all the way back through to lunge. With your hands on blocks or the floor, wiggle your right toes back just an inch more. And now follow your breath. Inhale to stay in lunge as you lift your chest. As you exhale, fold and let your left leg straighten. 2 more times with your breath through to lunge. And exhale to fold and straighten that left leg. Moving at your pace, more than my voice. Notice any sensations or shifts. And the 3rd time your left leg straightens, pause here for a breath. Feel your feet steady against the earth. And with your legs straight, press into your blocks to lift your chest, grow long. Now with your right hand steady, bring your left thumb to your left hip crease. And give yourself your own little assist. Wrap your left hip towards the back of your mat. Shrug your left shoulder up and back, and from there, begin to turn your belly to the left-hand side. Can keep your hand on your hip again or reach your left arm up towards the sky. But as your left hip wraps back, press the big toe side edge of your left foot down, and then lean back against yourself. A full breath in, and a longer breath out through every direction. On your inhale, unwind, bend your left knee, plant your palms onto your sticky mat, and step it back to downward facing dog. Pedal your heels 1 at a time. Notice any difference you might feel. And with your hands as wide as your mat, inhale through to plank pose. As you exhale, lower, Chaturanga Dandasana. On your inhale, rise for Cobra Bhujangasana. Hug the shoulder blades together. And exhale to take it up and back to downward facing dog. A full breath in through your nose and a longer breath out through your nose or parted lips. From your down dog, lift your right leg up and back. Step your right foot through to catch your lunge. Pivot your back heel to the ground, and on your inhale, rise for warrior two, facing the long edge of your mat. That's it, just like in chair. See that the right toes and the right knee are pointing straight ahead. And now can you look away from the ground as you lift up through the chest and reach through the fingertips. Take a big breath in. Stay for your exhale. You might bend 1 more inch into your right thigh. Now keep the legs steady. Inhale to reach just your arms up to the ceiling. Bend your right elbow. Give yourself a pat on the back and let your left fingertips hold on to your elbow. Think elbow to the ceiling and gently press your head. Lift your chin. As you press your head back, do the ribs and belly move forward? Can you slide the ribs back as you press your head back? A full breath in. Stay for the exhale. You might bend into your right thigh as you grow 1 inch taller through the right elbow. On an inhale, release your arms out to a T. Press your right leg straight, and now turn your right toes to face the long edge of your mat. Begin to hinge from your hips, bow in, and let your fingertips touch blocks or the ground, somewhere on your mat itself. Once your hands are on the earth, a tiny bend in your knees, especially if they're locked out. And now on an inhale, hug your feet in towards each other. Feel the inner thighs engage. And as you exhale, you might soften your elbows as you bow in towards yourself. Another breath, inhale to hug the legs, the feet towards one another. As you exhale, soften the elbows and let the crown of your head get heavier towards the earth. Now on your next inhale, press down into your fingertips and lift your chest. For Skandasana, this inner thigh opener, turn your left toes to face the back left corner of your mat. And now begin to bend your left knee and reach your hips towards that left heel. You can stay right here. Walk your fingertips out in front of you as you lift your chest. Some folks like to keep their right foot on the ground. Some like to turn their right toes up towards the sky. But aim of the game is to keep that left heel heavy. You might let your hips get heavy and your hands get light as you lift your chest. But anywhere you are, take a long breath in and down. Stay for your exhale. Try to guide your left knee open towards those left pinky toes. Good. Now plant your palms, press through your left leg, turn your right knee and toes to catch your lunge, and step it all the way back to downward facing dog. Pedal your heels, notice what you feel and see. A longer breath in and a deeper breath out. For the second side, lift your left leg up and back. Step your left foot through or around to catch your lunge. Pivot your back heel to the floor, and on your inhale, rise Virabhadrasana 2 on the second side. See if you can guide your left knee open towards those pinky toes. And now as you look away from the floor, stretch out through the fingertips and bend 1 more inch into your left thigh. Listen for your breath. A long breath in and a deeper breath out. On your next inhale, reach your arms up to the ceiling. Bend your left fingertips, hold on for this version of Gomukhasana, cow face pose. And now press your left elbow forward towards the front of the room and use your right fingertips to lift your elbow to the ceiling as you press your head back. Slide the ribs back as you press your head back. A full breath in. Stay for the exhale, maybe bend into your left thigh as you guide it open. And then inhale to release your arms, straighten your left leg and turn your left toes to face the long edge. You might grab a strap or you might interlace your fingers at the lowest part of your back. But with your elbows very bent, hug your shoulder blades together. Take a big breath in to lift your chest. And as you exhale, hinge from your hips. Reach your arms off of your tush up towards the ceiling. As you bow in towards yourself, take a tiny bend in your knees, especially if you know if they lock. And now a tiny bend in your elbows if you felt like those have locked overhead. Now with each inhale, can you hug your feet, your legs towards each other? And as you exhale, hug the shoulder blades together and maybe reach your arms overhead towards the long edge of your mat. A long breath in and a deeper breath out. And now slow release your hands back to your butt Ditch your strap if you have it and bring your fingertips to the floor out in front of you. Skandasana, turn your right knee and toes to face the back corner of your mat. Begin to bend your right knee as you sit your hips heavy towards the earth. Now notice that right knee loves to knock in. Can you guide the right knee open? And now press into the floor and lift your chest. Grow tall through your spine. Stay right here. You might turn your left toes towards the sky. Maybe your hips get heavy and your hands get lighter, but listen for your breath itself. A deep breath in and a longer breath out through every fiber of your being. Plant your palms onto the earth. Press through your right leg. Turn the left knee and toes to catch your lunge and step it back to downward facing dog. Pedal your heels. Notice what you feel and see. That pose, Skandasana, is named after the great sage Skanda, who's Ganesha's brother, the Lord of War. So all interconnected, one studious, one creating chaos. So on an inhale, come forward to plank, and exhale to lower all the way down onto your belly. Once you're on your belly, make a pillow with your hands. Rest on your forehead or on one of your cheeks. Close your eyes even for a moment. And can you remember your breath once again? Take a long breath in, down, and wide. And as you exhale through your nose or mouth, feel yourself get heavier into the earth. Does everyone have a strap close by within a reachable distance? You may or may not use it, but you can mentally locate your strap and just keep it where it is for a moment. We'll do 2 rounds of locust pose, Shalabhasana. The first one will be arms free. So stay on your belly and begin to reach your arms alongside of you this time as you flip your palms to face the floor. Now before we lift, like you did in that plank, without moving your legs, hug your thighs and legs towards each other. Feel them become one energetic pillar. Hug your shoulder blades towards each other. And on your next inhale, lift your head, lift your chest, float your arms up off the earth, and exhale to lift your legs up and away from the ground. As you take flight, close or soften your eyes and call yourself to your breath. Each inhale, hug the inner thighs towards each other. Think inseams of your pants to the sky. Now hug the shoulder blades together and lift your palms 1 more centimeter. A big breath in. And exhale to release. Lower down. Rest on your other cheek or on the other palm. You might wiggle your hips softly from side to side or breathe full and wide into your belly. And let the lowest part of your back expand and widen. This time, 1 more round with the option of a bind, that shoulder stretch. So I love to hold the strap between my hands. It gives my chest so much more room and space to groove. So you might hold a strap at your low back, perhaps hip width or wider apart, or perhaps you interlace your fingers as you take that awkward pinky on top. But just like you did, hug your thighs towards each other, hug your shoulder blades towards each other. And now on your inhale, take your time, lift your head, your chest, your arms up off your butt, and exhale to lift your legs up and away from the ground as you take flight. With the shoulder stretch, with this bind, soften or close your eyes and listen for your breath. With each inhale, think inner thighs together, inseams of your pants to the sky. And now try to tug your strap apart and hug the shoulder blades together to lift your heart. 1 more breath in. Stay for the exhale. Slide your ears back to bring them in line with your chest. And then inhale to release. Lower down. Rest on your favorite cheek, least favorite palm. And close your eyes to really listen for the full depth of your breath. In through your nose and all the way out through your nose or mouth. Okay, after a few breaths here, bring your hands to either side of your chest. Press up through to tabletop. You might sit back onto your heels, sip some water. I was going to say sip a drip of water, but maybe more. Or shake out your wrists. The AC is on. I too am sweating. They will stay on. But let me know, take breaks anytime you need to, yeah? So let's spend a few moments on the knees here. If you'd like to use a blanket to pad up, you're more than welcome to find your blanket. You might also have your hands up on blocks as we come in for a thigh stretch or two. So make your way to all fours, somewhere in the middle of your mat, into your table. Your hands either on blocks or on the ground. Your knees either on the mat or on a blanket. Now from your tabletop, step your right foot to the outside of your right hand. Come into this lizard lunge variation. Walk your left knee back so it's a few inches behind your left hip. Let your left thigh be more at a diagonal. And now, like we did in that revolved triangle, keep your left hand down and climb your right palm up onto your right thigh. Begin to twist to the right. This time, dig your left knee into the floor, drag your left knee forward, and now bend your left knee to lift your left toes up off of the floor. You can stay here. Your right hand might reach towards the back of the room. You might hold the foot, the strap, or the leg of your pants for twisted monkey, a thigh stretch with a bind. Now shrug your right shoulder up and back. Shrug your left shoulder up and back and slide your ears back so your head is in line with your chest. A long breath in and down. Stay for your exhale. You might bend into your right thigh as you turn your belly and chest open to the ceiling, breathing. On your next inhale, look to the floor. Slowly release your left leg, plant your palms, and back to tabletop to all fours to notice what you feel and see. When the time comes for the second side, in your table, bring your left foot to the outside of your left hand. Sometimes the right hip is right above your right knee. If it is, walk your right knee back so your thigh is more at a diagonal. This time, keep your right palm steady on the floor or on a block and bring your left palm up onto your left leg. When you hug your right knee forward, you get less on the kneecap and more on the base of the thigh, so it gets a little more sustainable to bend your right knee, lift your right toes up off the floor. Breathe here. You might reach the left arm back. Your left hand might grab onto the right toes or lasso a strap around the foot for twisted monkey. Now, as your belly and chest revolves to the left, can you slide your ribs back? Hug the shoulder blades towards each other, and then the ears back. A full breath in, and a deeper breath out through every direction of you. On your next inhale, look to the earth. Release your right hand, release your right foot, plant your palms, back to table, and on our way back to downward facing dog as you lift your hips up and back towards the wall behind. From your down dog, a long breath in through your nose and a deeper breath out through your nose or parted lips. Wait for your inhale to lift your right leg up and back. Step your right foot forward to catch your lunge. And this time on an inhale, come up to rise for high lunge as you reach your arms, your chest, and your torso to the sky. You might walk your right foot an inch or two to the right so your feet are less on that balance beam. But lift your back heel, knee, and thigh, stretch up through the fingertips, and bend one more inch into your front leg. This time, bring your hands to your hips. Tiny bend in your back knee. Get springy and spring off your left foot to scoop your left thigh to your chest. Now stand down through your right leg. Grow 1 inch taller up through the crown of your head and cross your left ankle over your right thigh. Sit your butt all the way back into your chair as you reach your chest forward for standing figure 4. And your hands can go anywhere to steady you. Your hips, they might come high up onto blocks in front of you. You might bring them to your chest or up overhead, but take a full breath in, down, and wide. Stay for your exhale. Let your butt get heavy as you lift your heart up towards the sky. Now inhale to come all the way up to rise. Lower your feet down to the ground and bring your hands to your hips. Take a full breath in and open your mouth to let that breath out. Okay, one more thing on the right leg. Lean into your right foot, lift your left heel. This time, interlace your hands in front of your left knee or in front of your left shin. You can always, always, always tap your left foot to a block high out in front of you. But flex your left foot, hug the shoulder blades together, and lift your heart. Now we add a twist. Keep your right hand holding onto your left shin. Bring your left palm to your low back. As you shrug your left shoulder to your ear, hug the left shoulder blade to your spine. Begin to twist your belly towards the left. Your left arm might reach towards the back of the room. And now completely optional, your right hand might grab your left calf, your ankle, or the pinky side edge of your left foot as you straighten your left leg towards the front of the room. A deeper breath in and a longer breath out. On your next inhale, unwind, thread your left foot back to lunge. Take a big breath in, reach up to touch the sky. And on your exhale, fold. Not quite done yet. Tap your hands to the ground and begin to heel toe your right foot over to the left side of your mat as we come into pigeon. Lower your right knee and your shin down onto the ground. That was a lot on the right butt cheek, and then we go into a hip opener. Maybe I'm the only one making audible sounds, but breathe for a few moments. So here, walk your right knee to come as wide as the right side of your mat if it's not already. And now we do small little shifts and adjustments. So as you inhale, hug your knees towards each other. Pull the left knee forward and the right knee back. Press into the earth to lift your chest. Stay here, or maybe you walk your left knee back into that support you've created. Each inhale, the knees hug in towards each other. Every exhale, completely optional to walk your back knee back. You can stay here breathing. You might walk your hands forward of your shoulders like you're in down dog. You might lower down onto your blocks or forearms. But 3 deep breaths at your pace, whether you're upright or lowered. Every inhale, can you softly hug your knees towards one another? Left knee forward, right knee back. And each exhale, as your left leg gets longer to the back of the room, can your chest and your heart reach towards the front of the room, whether your eyes are closed or open? A full breath in. And even open your mouth to let that breath out as you unclench your fingers, your fists, and your jaw. That's it. On your next inhale, if you folded forward, come back upright. Walk your left knee forward, walk it forward, and make your way back to downward facing dog. Whew. A breath to notice any difference you feel and see. And now one last side to try out. Wait for your inhale to lift your left leg up and back. Step your left foot through or around to catch your lunge. On your inhale, come up to rise for a high lunge on the second side. Walk your left foot as much as you need over to the left. And as your right heel and thigh lifts, stretch up through your fingertips and peek away from the floor. A big breath in. Stay for your exhale. You might bend 1 more inch into your front thigh. And now maybe your hands stay overhead or you bring them to your hips, but tiny bend in your back knee. Spring off your right foot and scoop your right thigh to your chest. Stand down through your left leg, grow 1 inch taller through the crown of your head. And for pigeon chair, cross your right ankle over. Sit your butt all the way back as you lift your chest away from the earth. Anywhere your hands go to steady you. Do your best to flex your right foot like it's standing on solid earth as you take a deep breath in and down. Stay for your exhale, lift your heart. Let your butt get heavy as you soften through the jaw and brow. Inhale to come all the way up to rise. Lower your feet, feel gravity beneath you. Take a big breath in and open your mouth to let that breath out. One more thing, lean into your left foot. Lift your right heel and interlace your hands in front of your right knee or shin. Remember, always can tap that right foot onto the block. But as you shrug your shoulder blades together, stand into your left leg and grow taller through the very top of your head. I like to look ahead to help with my balance, but as your left hand holds your right shin, bring your right palm to your low back. Shrug your right shoulder up and back, and from the depths of your belly, begin to twist to the right. Maybe your right arm reaches towards the back of the room. Maybe your gaze begins to shift to the right, even beyond your right fingertips. Perhaps your left ankle or your left hand holds your right ankle, your right calf, or the pinky side edge of the foot as you extend your right leg forward. On your next inhale, draw your legs back through center, thread it back to lunge. Take a big breath in, try to reach up, touch the sky, and exhale to fold. Pigeon. With your hands on the ground, walk your left foot over to the right. Lower your left knee and your shin down onto the ground. It's always the second side, the second hip that questions life. Okay, so notice sometimes the left butt wants to get heavy towards the earth. Can you hug your knees in towards each other? So the right hip wraps forward, the left hip wraps back, and into that, then you might walk your right knee back and notice any sensation shift. Each inhale, hug the knees towards each other. Take a breath in, and exhale, maybe walk the right knee back towards the back of the room. Stay upright. You might walk your hands forward, maybe you lower onto your blocks or forearms. But whether your eyes are opened or closed, can you slide your chest forward? Feel all four sides of your neck grow longer. A full breath in, down, and wide. Fill the entire belly. And as you exhale, unclench your fingers, your fists, your jaw, and see if your tongue can release away from the roof of your mouth. One more big breath in. And a deeper breath out through every direction of you. If you folded forward, make your way back upright. Take your time to walk your right knee forward, walk it forward 1 more inch, and step your left leg back to meet your right for downward facing dog. Your choice here, stay breathing in your down dog. You might lower your knees to the ground and take your breaths in table or child's pose. Or your breath might take you through one of those linking vinyasas we've done together already. But anywhere you choose to go, there's no wrong answer. Can you offer it to your own breath? Taking deeper breaths in and longer, steadier exhales out in every direction of you. After your next few breaths, let's all meet in tabletop. Come up onto your hands and your knees. And now from your table, do have your strap to the right side of your mat. You might use it in this next series of poses. And from tabletop, see if you can walk your legs as close as they can come together. Thighs, knees, feet to touch. And curl all 10 of your toes under to feel the arches of your feet. Now grab your strap in your right hand as you begin to sit your butt back onto your heels for this version of Vajrasana, or thunderbolt pose in the legs. Remember, you can always alleviate pressure by bringing a block between your butt and your heels. You might also stand on the knees. But holding your strap in your right hand, reach your right arm all the way up towards the sky. Bend your right, give yourself a pat on the back. Left arm to the side, perhaps turn your left thumb to the floor. And as your left elbow bends, perhaps you catch the dangly edge of the strap or your finger in your middle or upper back for Gomukhasana, cow face pose. Wrap your right elbow and your right towards your right ear. Feel your left elbow move more to the middle of your spine. Mine doesn't actually move, I just picture it going there. And now as you create some resistance, try to gently tug your strap apart as you press your head back and slide the ribs back. A full breath in. Stay for your exhale. Try to release the gripping and the clutching of your fingers around the strap as you press your head back. And now on your inhale, unwrap your arms. Rock it back forward to table. Shake your feet out. Roll out your ankles. Give yourself a breath to reset. This time it's up to you. Your strap off to the left. If you'd like to curl the toes under again, you might. Or perhaps you point your feet back behind you. Squeeze your heels towards each other and sit your butt back onto your heels for this version of hero's pose, Virasana. Again, block might be there. You might stand up on the knees, but hold your strap in your left hand if you're using it. Reach your left arm all the way up. Bend your left elbow. Give yourself a pat on the back. And as you reach your right arm off to the side, you might turn your thumb to face the floor. And as your right elbow bends, perhaps you grab the dangly edge of the strap behind you. Depending on if you're one hand dominant, one side might feel very different than the other. Notice any difference. And here it's the actions we seek as you wrap your left arm towards your left ear. Slide your right elbow more to the middle of your spine. And softly tug your strap apart as you press your head back and slide the ribs back. A deep breath in and a longer breath out as you release the gripping, the clawing, the tugging of your fingers around the strap. On your inhale, unravel your arms. Ditch your strap. We might use it later. Come on back forward to tabletop. Roll, shake, pat out your feet as needed. And for the last, bless you, few moments, take yourself back to downward facing dog as your hips lift up and back towards the wall behind. Pedal your heels from side to side. See any difference you feel and notice. Now follow your breath with your hands as wide as your mat. Inhale through to plank pose. As you exhale, lower Chaturanga Dandasana. On your inhale, rise Cobra Bhujangasana. Take an extra breath. Hug your legs towards each other. Hug the shoulder blades together. And as you slide the ribs back, the ears back, drink in one more breath. And on your exhale, release, lower down, press yourself up to table. And now come to sit on your butt with your legs out in front of you. So before we come into rest, we'll spend some time in seated poses. If you've been practicing at the studio for a while, you might notice we try to get the seated poses in. They are arguably, in my opinion, the hardest classification of poses because you have nowhere to go. You know, like your butt is on the ground and there's nowhere to move in relation to it. So we'll use the strap and perhaps get into some binds in these seated poses. So first things first, start off by bringing your legs out long in front of you and your butt on the floor. You might clear the flesh of your butt out the way so you're on your sitting bones, and then give yourself a moment to gauge with your hands on your low back. Notice if your low back loves to round into your palms like mine always does. If so, come up onto the edge of your blanket, like bring your sitting bones onto your blanket. And one of my friends always says, yoga teacher friend says, is if your pelvis was a bowl of water, you don't want the water tipping back, but slightly tipping forward so your low back lifts in and up. Now bend your right knee, bring your right foot to the earth, and cross your right foot over your left thigh. You can start staying here with your left leg long, hands to either side of you as you lift your chest. If you'd like, you might bend your left knee and draw your left heel towards your right butt cheek. If you get here and you're like, come back with that leg straight. But with the right leg on top, bring your right hand behind you. Take a big breath in to reach your left arm up. And as you exhale, bend your left elbow, hook your left elbow over your right thigh, and twist your belly to the left, to the right. You might hook the elbow, you might hug your right thigh in towards your chest. But for Ardha Matsyendrasana, the seated Lord of the Fishes pose, feel your right butt cheek heavy on the floor or blanket. Feel your right big toe heavy onto your sticky mat. And now shrug your right shoulder up and back and slide your head back so your head is over your heart. Take a deep breath in, down, and wide. Stay for your exhale. Let your belly and chest turn to the right. Maybe your gaze begins to look over your back right shoulder as if your left eyeball could look over your right shoulder blade, completing the twist with your gaze. A deeper breath in and a longer breath out. On your next inhale, unwind, come back through center. Uncross your legs as you extend them out in front of you. And then we switch sides. Take your time. Bend your left knee. Cross your left foot over your right thigh. And with your right leg straight, dig your heel, your calf, and the back of your thigh into the floor. Push down into the earth. Lift your chest. Stay here, or if you'd like, you can bend your right knee and draw your right heel towards your left butt cheek. Bring your left hand behind you. Reach up through the right fingertips. And as you exhale, either hook your right elbow over your left thigh or hug the thigh in towards your chest. I find when I hug the leg in, I feel more sensation in the outer left hip. When I hook the elbow across, I feel more broadness through my chest. But anywhere you seek to go, think left butt cheek down, Left big toe down, and hug the shoulder blades together as you slide your ears back. Sometimes the head wants to come in front of the chest. Slide your ears back over your heart. Close or soften your eyes and listen for your breath. A deep breath in and down. As you exhale, let your belly button turn from right to left, and maybe your gaze begins to look over that back left shoulder as if your right eyeball could look over your left shoulder blade. One more full inhale in through the nose, and a deeper breath out through your nose or mouth. Inhale to unwind, come back through center. Uncross your legs. This time bend both knees, feel your feet on the ground, and just watch for your props next to you as you drop your knees from side to side to windshield wiper the legs. Okay, one more seated fold. This time, you might use your strap as perhaps it comes into a bind. But as you extend your legs out long with your butt on the blanket or butt on the floor, bring your hands to either side of your tush, and now bend your right knee and bring your right foot to the floor itself. See if you can draw your right heel pretty close to your right butt cheek. Push down into the floor to lift your chest tall. Now this time, reach your right arm up to the sky. Bend your right elbow and cross it over and in front of your right thigh, and tap your right fingertips to the ground, to the outside of you. You might bring your left arm off the side like you're making big airplane wings. Every inhale, grow long. Every exhale, push your right elbow into your right thigh and begin to fold, bowing in towards that left leg. Now you might keep your hands off to the side like a big T. You might grab your strap, and maybe you bend your right elbow to bring your right palm to your right butt cheek. Maybe you bend your left elbow and grab the dangly edge of the strap for Janu Shirshasana with a bind. But anywhere you are, arms to a T or hands behind you, feel the resistance of the bind. As you inhale, lift your chest. Look at those left toes. As you exhale, tug your strap apart and bow in towards that left leg. Take a long breath in through the nose and a deeper breath out through your nose or mouth. On your next inhale, if you folded forward, come all the way back upright. Release the hold of your strap or fingers and extend your legs out long. Any questions about that one? I haven't done that one in years. Yes?
How important is it that this leg feels like it's coming out of the way?
Can definitely come out. Yeah, you want to think, as long as it doesn't feel like it's impinging on that hip, but it's not half butterfly pose, you want to keep this foot on the ground as best as you can.
Where should you be feeling it in your upper body? Like kind of right shoulder?
Everywhere. I feel it everywhere, but the idea is just to, there's no specific place I can suggest of where to feel it, just depending on where your body is in space. Where do I feel it? I feel it in the shoulder blades. I feel it a lot in the back of this leg. But what I'm aiming to show is when we come into binds have a tendency to collapse our bodies in towards ourselves. And from the outside, this pose, it is a forward fold, but I'm trying to think within the bind, how can I bind myself in exquisitely? Meaning, tugging my strap apart, reaching my chest forward and into that space, then bowing in. And so each breath, there's this pulsation. Every inhale, I'm growing longer. Every exhale, I'm folding in. Let's try the other side. Last round. So straighten your right leg long. Bend your left knee. Draw your left heel towards the floor, close to your tush. And now let's start with finding some space. You might drape your strap behind you if you used it on the first side. But with your hands down, lift your heart. Take a breath. And a longer breath out. Now reach your left arm all the way up to the sky. Hinge from your hips, bend your left elbow, bring your left elbow to the front of your left shin, and bring your left arm off to the side and your right arm off to the side, like big airplane wings. Now with each inhale, push your left arm into your left shin and reach your chest forward. Peek at the right toes. As you flex your right foot, dig your right heel and calf into the earth, stay, or you might soften in towards yourself, continuing the same. If you explored with the bind on the first side, you might bend your left elbow, grab your strap with your left hand. Maybe you bend your right elbow and grab the other edge of the strap behind your left hip or your left tush. Now with each inhale, grow long through the spine, lift up through the chest. And as you exhale, tug your strap apart, hug the shoulder blades together, and bow in towards that right leg. 2 more breaths. Full inhale in through the nose, and a longer breath out through your nose or mouth as you bow in towards your own heart, your own self. Now, if you've folded forward, release your strap. Take an inhale to come all the way up to rise. Extend both legs out long in front of you. You might have your strap. We've done some uneven work, asymmetrical work from side to side. For Dandasana, staff pose, bring your hands to either side of your tush. Press down into the floor, grow tall through your spine, and hug your shoulder blades together. Dig your heels down, your calves, and the backs of your thighs as you take a big breath in, and a longer breath out as the crown of your head grows taller to the ceiling. Now you can be here in the stage 1 forward fold, eyes soft, breath full. Or you might begin to hinge from your hips. Your hands might slide down to the outsides of your thighs, your calves, or your ankles. Your hands might grab onto your legs, or if you're interested, you might bring your strap to the balls or soles of both feet. For Paschimottanasana, with each inhale, wherever you are, get long through your spine. Look towards those toes. And as you exhale, can you keep that length as you bend your elbows to the sides and bow in towards yourself? 3 more breaths. Each inhale, grow long. Every exhale, you bow in towards the greatness of yourself and the greatness of your own heart. Seated poses are often done right before Shavasana because they're an opportunity to tune out external stimuli and to draw your attention into that interior world. So as you take 1 more breath, let it fill you in and down. Stay for the exhale. Try to soften the gripping of your fingers, your jaw, and your tongue. If you've folded forward on your inhale, come all the way back upright. This time, bend both knees, bring your feet flat onto the ground. Windshield wiper your knees from side to side and take a breath. In through the nose and all the way out through your nose or mouth. After going back and forth a few times, do a little spin. Come to lie on your back so that your head is facing the front of the room. Feet face to the wall behind you. Have one of your blocks within a reachable distance. And have your therapy balls close by as well. You may or may not use them before we set up for rest. Once you're on your back, bend both knees. Bring your feet flat onto the ground. Wiggle your shoulder blades towards each other. And we'll all take a few rounds of breath in supported bridge pose. So press through your feet, lift your butt, and slide a block to its lowest or second lowest height right underneath your tailbone. Once your block comes onto your pelvis, your butt, and supports the weight of your hips, wiggle your shoulder blades towards each other. Gently press the back of your head down into the floor to lift your chin. Your hands can stay where they are. They might rest on your belly or come alongside of you. You can stay right here breathing in this restorative back bend. Or if you'd like more of a restorative inversion, if you're on the middle block, lower it to its lowest height. And now bring your right knee over your right hip. Perhaps bring your left knee over your left hip. You might keep your knees bent, or perhaps you slowly straighten your legs towards the ceiling. But anywhere you are with your feet on the floor or feet lifted, Let your butt be heavy onto your block as you take a full breath in, down, and wide. A longer breath out through every direction of your being. If your legs are lifted, slowly lower both legs down, one at a time or simultaneously. Everyone press through your feet, lift your hips just enough, and slide that block out from underneath your tush. Bring your feet as wide as your mat, knock your knees into each other, let your hands rest on your belly or on your chest, and take a big breath into your palms as you open your mouth to let that breath out. Take another full, deep breath in, down, and wide. And a long exhale out through every direction of you. Now, some options this evening. I'll talk you through therapy ball work in the glutes. If you'd like to set up early for rest, you are more than welcome to do so. We'll meet you there momentarily. But for those interested in therapy balls in and through the hips, take the therapy balls out of their tote, hold one in each hand. And now once you have them, lift your hips just enough to bring the therapy balls to the top of your butt cheeks on either side of your tailbone, either side of your sacrum, more in the flesh of your butt rather the bones of your low back. And as you feel both feet on the ground with your knees bent, take a big breath in through the nose and open your mouth to let that breath out. Now we'll begin this slow swivel. So with your feet steady, sway your butt a few inches to the right and knees to the left. And then butt to the left and knees to the right. On your own, slowly zigzag your hips and your knees from side to side. And you might feel the therapy balls move along the upper fibers of your glutes. Deep inhales in through the nose and longer breaths out through your nose or mouth. And now the next time your knees come through center, use your hands, lower the therapy balls another inch or two so you're more in the middle of your butt cheeks, slightly lower than before. Start them pretty close together. Eventually they'll get wider as you take a big breath in and a longer breath out. And now on your own, begin to sway your tush from side to side and feel the therapy balls move along the middle of your glutes. As you swivel, eventually, you'll feel the therapy balls perhaps getting wider and wider apart. They might end up towards the outer edges and the outer seams of your pants. You can also use your hands to bring them a little wider than where they started from. And now the next time your feet and knees come back through center, keep the therapy balls wide. Walk both of your feet over to the right side of your mat and drop just your left knee to the left so that left therapy ball finds its way into your outer left butt cheek. A big breath in and a longer breath out. For some of us, this is a breathable place. For others, it's the literal elephant in the room. So can you unclench your fists, your fingers, your jaw? And now inhale to draw your left knee through center. Bring your feet back through center. Walk your feet over to the left and drop just your right knee to the right so that right therapy ball finds its way into your outer right butt cheek. A deep breath in through the nose and a long exhale out through your nose or mouth. Let the fingers soften, let the jaw soften, let that right butt cheek that may be clenched soften even 1%. And now inhale to bring the knees and feet back through center. Pop the therapy balls out, place them to the side, and let the weight of your butt drop down to the ground. Just take a breath into what you might not see, but you can feel. And as you keep that connection inward, the next place to find yourself is in your pose of rest, in Shavasana. So this is your time. Give yourself a moment or two to add any layers or any props. You might let your hair down or set your glasses safely to the side, if even for a moment. And as you drape yourself onto the ground in any way, form, or shape, you might be laying on your back, you may be curled over on your side, you might be laying on your belly, but begin to drape yourself onto the earth. Let each round of your breath, let your body get heavier into the ground. And as each breath slowly dissolves the entire practice that was, each breath helps you arrive to where you are now. And every breath that comes after makes a little more room for what has yet to come. Begin to deepen your breath. Take a longer breath in and a sweeter breath out. Take another breath in, down, and wide. And as you exhale, offer every drop of that breath out. Let your breath begin to awaken the body that you're in with any gentle movement that feels supportive to you. You might roll your wrists or your ankles in one or the other direction. Perhaps you tip your head from one side to the other, heavy against its support. Or just be mindful of any props or neighbors around you. You might reach your legs away from your arms or draw your knees in towards your own chest. But when the time comes, you can bend both knees, reach one or both of your arms overhead, and roll over to any side of your choosing to curl into yourself. with the least amount of effort needed, press into the floor and come up to rise to a tall seat facing the front of the room. With your eyes softly closed or softly open, can you once again remember your own breath as you take a deep breath in and down so it fills you up, and exhale to offer the breath up and out in every direction. Our time together will finish with one more of those breaths. You can place your hands to center where that might feel for you. Take a deep breath in to offer all of it out. You might bow your head to your heart or lift your hand towards your head in a moment of such sincere self-reverence, bowing to yourself and to each other who practiced right alongside with you. And I bow to each and every one of you all. Thank you so much for choosing to be here. Thank you. Drink water, take good care of yourselves and each other. If there are any things or mats you used from the studio, we have this new handy dandy wipe dispenser that I was telling Chloe looks like a grocery store robot, which I love. But if you want to give things a swipe, it just keeps everything tidy. I'll turn the lights slowly up, but it's good to see you all. Thank you for coming. Thank you. This weekend is Desiree. Saturday I'm teaching there's 2 more of the free art museum classes in the sculpture garden. I taught them in June this year, and it was 100 degrees, and 3 out of 4 of them got canceled, but this is sublime. So if you're interested, and then Siobhan, who runs the programming there, you get a free discount to the art museum that's eligible for a year. Has anyone gone to, it's not open yet. NPR was talking about the Calder Museum that's opening up on Ben Franklin Parkway. It opens on Sunday. Fun, thanks Laura. Has anyone heard of that yet? Yeah, it looks incredible. The Alexander Calder Museum, it's on the I don't know where on the Ben Franklin Parkway it is. Like how are,
22nd?
what's it next to?
I feel like it's closer to the road ahead.
Ah, okay. I'm like, where are they putting things in? That parkway already seems so stacked. Anyone else have announcements? Any things in your world that other people should know about? Okay. Bye-bye. See you. Thank you. Bye, Amy. Thanks, Keyshawn. Good to see you.